Hi, hello everyone. I hope you can hear me pretty well. Like I said, my headphones completely died. I hope the mic is still working, but I'm not sure. So please tell me. Otherwise, I'll just have to cancel the full stream for now until I buy new headphones. God. Uh, like that happened so recently. Okay, thank you. Thank goodness you can still hear me. Okay, because like that happened 30 minutes ago. I was scrolling on YouTube and everything was fine. Then I changed the video and everything completely stopped. So I tried to check. It doesn't seem to come from my computer, but like really from my headphones. My headset, so I'll have to change that quickly, as quickly as I can. Okay. Well, that just means I'll have to do this stream in complete silence. It's fine. I'll still put some music for you in the background. That shouldn't be too loud. Please tell me if you struggle to hear me. But still, we're here to... I've got a question. Do you decrease points because... You decrease points. Lack of originality. Okay, okay. So we're here for the full Monster Hunter tier list. So we will be ranking today every single monster from the mainline series and also from Frontier. So we have everyone here. We also have monsters from like online and explore, but because I haven't fought them already, I won't rank them. Hopefully the game will be available to the west at some point, and I'll be able to play those games, and maybe maybe I'll update the tier list when that happens. But for now, I'll rank every single monster, and yes, I will rank the subspecies as well, and they might lose some points if they're not original enough compared to the base monster. But they can also gain some, depending on how much I like them. So let's begin. And at first we have Rathian, which is quite, like, literally this is the most basic monster of them all. Like, this is just a dragon that breathes fire. But it is fun, I would say. This is still fun to fight. The only annoying part about it is like the triple charge, but apart from that, it's okay. So I think I will put it in like B tier, because it's an okay fight. Not the greatest, but far from being the worst. But like Pink Rathian, this is just basically a recolor, like you said, Mattis. This is basically a recolor. She just gets like a new tail spin, but this isn't very good. So I would say probably more like D tier, because it's not annoying to fight, it's just boring. But if you say to me, yeah, let's hunt Pink Rathian, I won't mind. I won't sigh. On the other side, Gold Rathian. This one is tough for me, because in pre-world games, like in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th gen, this is a very obnoxious fight, I think. Because it is basically a pink Rathian, but more annoying. Yeah, and especially I'm a hammer main, so having to bounce on the head when you're a hammer is so annoying. But then Iceborne came out with the hitting mechanic, which makes it so much more fun and original compared to the base species. I think I will put it in A tier, and hoping for it to become even better in the future. Dread Queen is fine. I don't like it that much, but it's okay. I think it's okay. Like the I mean, like the poison in G rank drains your life so quickly. It can become like very deadly very quickly. This is rough. This is difficult. I probably will put it in C tier because it is still more original than just the pink Rathian, and it's a bit more enjoyable to fight, but I still think it's more annoying than these two. And for Apex, well, this is basically the same as Dread Queen, but with all its potential wasted, because this is basically a recycled content from GU into Rise, and she doesn't have anything for herself, and I think this is the same case for every Apex monster. It's just they don't do much, actually. They are just bosses in Rampage quests, but otherwise when you fight them solo, they don't give any reward, any stuff, anything, and that didn't change in Sunbreak. So this is basically just Deviants, but a lot more disappointing, I would say. So I think every Deviant, every Apex, sorry, will be ranked one tier lower than the Deviant counterpart, because this is basically the same monster but more disappointing. So I can't rank them the same. Now that we're done with Rathians, time to go through Rathalos. Rathalos is a bit like Gold Rathian. I think that every single iteration is annoying because it flies so much. I mean, it's the king of the sky, so it's normal for it to fly, but sometimes it's just too much and it feels boring because it's just a dragon, actually. But in Rise and Sunbreak, it got some new moves that makes it like so much more enjoyable, so much more fun. So for this, I think I'll still put it in B tier, like paired with Rathian, and hoping for the best in the future to keep it original, because this is a monster we will see in absolutely every game, so it has to keep up with all the novelties of every new generation, which is very difficult, actually. But it did quite well in Rise and Sunbreak, but otherwise, not so much. Azure Rathalos, though, I think this will probably be the first F tier, because this is just Rathalos, but more annoying. And because it didn't get into Rise and Sunbreak, this is basically just Rathalos without the improvements. This is just annoying. I don't know a single person who likes to fight other Rathalos. Just flies and throw fireballs at you, poison you every time. This is very annoying. Silver Rathalos, though, probably... I think it's the same as Gold Rathian, because it was very annoying at first, and then Iceborne came out and everything went a lot better, a lot smoother. So yeah, I think 8 years fine for it. I'm sorry, I'm going quite fast on the monsters, but since we have like so many of them, I can't spend too much time on each one. Otherwise, we will be there tomorrow, or we will have to do another stream to finish the tier list. Dread King. Okay, this is another F tier. Same as Rathalos. It flies too much. It has way too big AoEs. And when I fought it for the daily hunts, I think it was last week, it annoyed me so badly. I think this is one of the worst deviants in general. Like, the design-wise, it's fine. It's looking good. But otherwise, like, gameplay-wise, it's so annoying. I can't stand it. And I can't rank Apex Rathalos lower. So I'll just put it next to it, but it's not really any better. Personally, I think the Apex has ripped off the Deviants. Love their design, made less special. Yeah, I think you're right. Like the Apexes really felt like the devs wanted to put the Deviants back in the game, but they couldn't because it was the whole gimmick of GU, of Generation and GU, and so they had to come up with something else. And maybe because of COVID too, that make them like lack of time, but they just decided to recycle the whole monsters without adding anything original. Next is Kezu. I think his fight is quite annoying, because the how to put it. First of all, it has no music, and when you fight a monster for like 15 minutes without any music, it's very boring. It gets very boring, especially when the fight is slow, with the Kezu. So this isn't that great. It has a lot of AoE that prevents you from getting any closer every time, so you always have to keep your distance. Otherwise, you just get stunned. I don't really like it. I like the design though. It's very original. But otherwise, meh. So I'll probably put it like in, I would say, D tier. Because... no, probably E tier, because his fight is still annoying. Like, I won't like to farm Kezu. Whereas, like, for example, Pink Rathian doesn't bother me that much. And I think Red Kezu is very similar. It is just as annoying as the regular Kezu. They aren't that different, actually. So it's difficult to rank them apart. Next is Bazarios. Once again, like, I feel like the first gen isn't that great, actually, because all the monsters so far are pretty low. But like, Bazarios is very annoying too. Like, you can't block the smoke it does all around him without guard up. And yeah, it's not very fun to fight a rock. Like, you just bounce every time. But I still like the design and the idea behind it. Like, it's a baby Gravios that has to dig himself in the ground to grow up. So I like the idea, but I hate I hate the fight actually. So just E tier. And for Ruby Basarios, I think it's a bit better because first of all, the design is absolutely magnificent, and because you encounter him later in the game than regular Basarios, usually you have a better sharpness when you first encounter it, so you tend to bounce less often. So I probably rank him just a bit higher. Okay. Next is Gravios. Oh, so today's hunt. Gravios, I think it will probably be next to Ruby Basarios, because you bounce way less on him than on Basarios, but same thing as regular Basarios, like you cannot block the smoke that comes out after every laser, so it's very annoying. And the laser, it's from like so far away. It is a very difficult fight where you never know where you should step, where you should position yourself. So I don't really like it, but it's fine. But like Black Gravios, this is trash. I really think this is trash because it does even more smoke, fire smoke after each laser. So yeah, it's so big that it's hard to dodge it. I agree, and that's why like Black Gravios is even worse on that point. So yeah, F tier for me. Monoblows. Oh, I like this one. I really like this one. I think he's very underrated, especially compared to Diablos, which is also a very good fight. This is not a difficult one, but I like the gimmick that you have to fight it alone and only alone, and you cannot fight it in multiplayer. Even though that's probably the reason why he hasn't been in any recent game compared to Diablos. But I think it has a lot of potential, and I really like his dig attacks from Frontier, where is like way more brutal than regular Monoblows. So I'll probably put him in like I'd probably say A tier. I think it's I think A tier suits him well. It's fine. Ivory Monoblows on the other hand is a bit more difficult to fight because he's way more aggressive actually. So I think I'll lower him by 1 rank. Plus, like, it is so rare, you usually tend to forget about it. I struggle with White Monoblows with Frontier and its tail attacks. Yeah, I agree. In Frontier it can be quite deadly very fast, even though it's just a regular monster and not a Frontier exclusive, which are usually a lot more difficult. But yeah, and especially like the hardcore White Monoblows is so deadly. So yeah, I think B tier is fine because it's still a Monoblows and it's still a fun monster, a good one. Diablos on the other hand. Okay, so for Diablos, I struggled so much with Diablos in my early years of Monster Hunter. I think I started to master Diablos fight in Monster Hunter World, and before that I hated him so much, so much. I found it like so difficult to fight because it was just running towards you at the sounds, yeah, that's at the speed of sound. But now I find it a lot more easier, and even in the older gens, and I think it's a wonderful challenge, actually. A bit annoying sometimes, of course, because he likes to dig himself up in the ground, like down in the ground, sorry. But I still think it's a very, very good fight, and always a good challenge to have, so I think this will be like at the top of A tier, if not even S tier now. It's like the fun is just always there when you fight the Diablos. I don't know. I think I'll leave it in A tier for now. Maybe it will get a bit higher later. Black Diablos, on the other hand, I mean, this is the same thing as White Monoblos. This shit is way too aggressive, and it digs so much, it just becomes straight up annoying and boring to fight as well. And turn during your charges, making 10 times as hard as normal Diablos. Yes, and also like she can bait you into making you think she will leave the area, but then come out of the ground and just stomps you. And I feel like this is a dick move, which is funny for a female, but I don't really like the fight, and I never liked fighting Black Diablos. So I think, yeah, it should be next to Basarios. Bloodbath, though, it is so much fun. I mean, it is fun as long as you play with unlimited dodges, like Adept style or Velo style, because that means you can dodge the roar and then the charge that comes afterwards. Otherwise, it is so difficult. His fight is just so difficult. So you really have to prepare well when you fight it. But if you come prepared, this is just one of the greatest experiences of your life. So I think it will stand like, yeah, right there. No earplugs and no adepts. Yeah, this is just death. And same goes for the Apex Diablos, which will be ranked like perfectly lower. Because this is exactly the same thing once again. Yankutku. I don't know why I always struggle fighting Yankutku. Even with in-game gear, I struggle to learn his movements. And it always feels like it's so chaotic. And even though it's not too much of a difficult fight, but like the fight is difficult, even though, like, especially in G rank, it's original, because since for you it can get conscious from the ground and throw it at you. So I still think it's funny, and I like the whole goofiness of the monster, like just looking like just a chicken, looking dumb. So I still think it should be like in C tier maybe, because it's annoying, but it isn't too bad, and usually when you have to farm it, you know it will be quick, because the monster doesn't have a lot of health. So it's fine. It is fine. But yeah, the tailspin is annoying. But this is mostly because it is a very early game monster. It doesn't have that much of attacks, of various attacks. So obviously we'll have to do the same ones very regularly. And Blue Yankutku, this is basically the same. Not very much more original, but in Frontier, the hardcore version can do like a bit of Silver Wind gimmick where it can just do air slashes with its tail to damage the hunter. So I think it's fine. Still a bit more annoying because it runs a lot more than regular Yankutku. It likes to run around. So I think it will be D tier. For Gypsaros, this one is basically a Yankutku that can steal your items. So this is very annoying when you lose your ancient potion just because you got hit by your Gypsaros. And the stun, like the flash, is so annoying because it does that so often. So, meh, not so much, but I like the gimmick of him playing dead before attacking you with a devastating blow. So I think this only gimmick will save him a little, and so hard without Adept Style of Valor. I don't think so. No. I think it's fine. You just have to react properly, but there's no attack you cannot block with a slower weapon, and if you're fast enough, if you are fast enough, you can dodge it quite easily. So playing with Sword and Shield or Dual Blades is really fine. And yeah, the flashes are the problem, definitely. But once you break the head, it cannot flash you anymore, so it compensates a little, I would say, maybe. So I think it will go in D tier, next to Blue Yankutku, maybe a bit better still. Purple Gypsaros though, like, this is just regular Gypsaros, but with a lot more poison. And I think it's in Frontier where he can just coat himself in poison, and as soon as you get near him, you get poison automatically. So this is a bit more annoying. If you break the head, the fight is pretty much a Yankutku fight. Yes, this is just a Yankutku that can poison you and steal your items. But yeah, both of them are very similar. So Purple Gypsaros, I think, will be E tier. Yeah. Plesioth. This one is a difficult one, because it is very annoying when it's on land, but it's a fun fight when it's underwater. Because obviously it's annoying because of the very well-known hitboxes that are trash. But the underwater in Virgin, it's actually a fun fight. Sorry, Aki. So far, I said it earlier, but first gen monsters are usually quite bad, actually, or very annoying in their own way. So I'm sorry, there's no S tier for now, even though Diablos could be in S tier, in my opinion. So for Plesioth, because the underwater fight saves him a little, I think we'll put him in C tier, because it's okay. But like Green Plesioth, this is basically the same. I don't remember that much what what sets them apart. Sorry, I'm struggling to talk once again. So I think, yeah, the both quite similar. Next, Karin. This one is just annoying. Like, the pattern of his attacks is so difficult to understand, to learn, like where the thunder will strike. And after that, yeah, and he can also coat himself in thunder. So of course you will bounce every time you try to hit him. So this is very, very annoying, and hardcore Kirin in Frontier is even worse when he paralyzes you half of the time, and you still have to farm it a lot in order to do gacha once you've reached G rank. So I don't really like it that much. I think it will probably be... I think E tier. E tier is fine, because it's definitely not as annoying as all those ones, but it's far from being perfect. I fought Kirin once in GU, never again. Yeah, just wait until you fight it in Frontier. You will see. It's way worse. Orochi Kirin though, there we go. The first S tier. The design is perfect. Yes, I am an edgy boy. I like when things are dark, but I really love the fact that it can just pops up stalactites or stalagmites from the ground, and I feel like its pattern of attacks is way easier to read than regular Kirin. So yeah, this is the first S tier for me. Oh, and then we are coming to Lao Shanlong. Don't tell me Kirin is a key quest in Frontier. It is not a key quest in Frontier. You can avoid it completely if you want to. But in J rank you have an event quest that gives you gacha coins, which are very useful if you want layered armors, or if you want premium armors, if you want all that kind of stuff. And this is an hardcore Kirin, so you probably still have to fight it at some point if you want to look good. And otherwise you will have to fight Z4 Xenis, which clearly isn't any better, I can assure you. Because at least hardcore Kirin can be managed in solo quite easily with all the Rastas, especially the legendary ones. You can deal with him in solo, whereas Xenis is too difficult. Lao Shanlong, there we go, and there we go for the subspecies. The fight could be fun, but it is actually boring. You just hit a HP pole that walks slowly and does nothing else. So please, Capcom, if you put it back in Wild, please make it more interesting, because otherwise it's just boring to just fight a bag, like basically a big punching bag for 25 minutes. Fatalis. Fatalis is S tier. I wouldn't say so. I like Fatalis, but the like the Elder Gen fights are meh, and like the Iceborne fight saves everything, because the Iceborne fight is pure gold. It's absolutely marvelous. But in 4U or in GU, and especially in Freedom Unite, it's trash. It is just annoying. So I think I'll put him in. I think I'll still put him in A tier, because like the fight is really good in Iceborne. I think I'll put it. world when he made him the most spectacular fight ever. Yeah, I agree. Even though like the Safijiva is also very spectacular in Iceborne. But yeah, I agree that having to hide behind like the door and just seeing it melt as it spits fire at you, this is absolutely incredible. Crimson Fatalis though, like the fight in the main line is very annoying because it just throws meteor at you every time, always. A bit like Kirin. But in Frontier, the fight is so cool. Like, I showed him on video already. But the fact that it can destroy the map you're standing on as you fight, the fact that you can die instantly in the lava if you don't climb up when it destroys the terrain in time, the fact that it can climb on the walls, the fact that it can make like pure walls of lava. Crimson Fatalis is just so much fun. Me and my team couldn't stay alive longer than 6 minutes with Crimson Fatalis. Yeah, it is still a very difficult fight, especially in the main line, I would say, and especially in Freedom in Night, because in Freedom in Night, once Fatalis gets enraged, he gets a super armor that will negate 90% of your damage, and you will bounce even with a purple sharpness. And even the so yeah, if you want to fight Crimson Fatalis in Freedom Unite, you will have to use either gun lance or a bowgun that can use like explosive ammo, which is very annoying. And actually, that fight made me rage quit Freedom Unite, and I never beat it in this game. So it will definitely be lower than Fatalis, but it isn't too much of a bad fight, so I will probably say C tier. And for White Fatalis, it's fine. It's actually a good fight so far in the Elder Gens. And the Frontier one is very spectacular at first, but it is also very predictable. And as I show in the Hunting Road livestream, you can very quickly learn its pattern and just never get hit by it. And this fight just becomes a joke, actually. And it feels bad for Fatalis to be that easy. So I think I'll put him in B tier. On top of B tier, because it's still a good fight, but clearly not the best. For the different drones, I think they are quite similar in the way that they are annoying in their own way. They are not that different from each other than they have annoying status, like paralysis and poison. So, meh. But yeah, there are so much better early game raptors, like Great Jaggy or Great Macau or that kind of things. Cephadrome F tier. No explanations needed, of course. This is probably the worst monster ever made. This is just Plesioth, but more annoying. The only positive thing about him is that he has less health than Plesioth, so the fight is quicker, but that's it. Okay, next, Yan Garuga. I think it goes with Yan Kutku, because like his fight is very chaotic. It can cancel his own animations. This is basically Kutku under testosterone. So yeah, I feel like because the Yen Garuga is basically a mix between Yen Kutku and Rathian, I feel like it's fine if I put him like between the two. Yen Garuga is not my favorite, but it is very interesting. It has a nice design. Yes, but I really prefer the scarred Yen Garuga with the Gatling, the Fireball Gatling attack in Iceborne, and just for that, I think it will be just a rank higher there, because the first time it surprised you so much. it is so surprising to see like so many fireballs at the same time. And then Deadeye Yen Garuga. It's fine. It's not the best. I think it's still worse than regular Yen Garuga. Probably around here. But it's not the worst deviant, but it's far from being the best, especially because he is Yen Garuga in the first place. Okay. We still have so much to do. And it's been already 50 minutes. Okay, I don't know if I'll have the time to do everything in one live stream, because there's just so much. My god. This is impressive and scary at the same time. Yeah. Okay. Next, Emitor Daimyo. I think it's fine. This isn't too annoying. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. Like, I think B tier is fine for Emitor, because we don't have that many Carapacian in every game. Like, we have Hemitor, Senator, Shengaroen, and Tycoon Zamuza, and most of them are usually a good fight. So I really like this one. The Plume one is a bit more annoying because it does like so much more water and moves while spitting his water at you. So it's a bit more difficult to dodge, and I don't really like it, but it's fine. It should be fine. Stonefist Emitor, I think it goes around here too, because like I genuinely can't wait for the Frontier monsters. Yeah, you will see. Some of them are really fun. Some others are so annoying. You will have to, you will want to throw your controller away at some points. They are by far the most interesting monster in the whole franchise. Do you mean like the Frontier monsters or the Carapacians? Because if you talk about Frontier, I think some of them are fine and could go into the main line, but most of them need like either a good rework or just don't fit at all in the spirit of the main line, and they should just stay in Frontier. They are fine there. Senator Shogun, yeah, Frontier monsters, okay. Senator Shogun is fine. It's not the best, but it's funny that it can just piss directly on you. So just for that, it will go higher than Emitor Daimyo. Even I would say there. Yeah. I think both are fine here. Okay, Senator Shogun Terra, a very unknown subspecies to be completely honest, because it only appeared in. Yeah, this is piss. For Senator Shogun, his water is actually piss, and if you fight it in Sunbreak and break his shell, you can even see like his urethra. If you look closely, you can see it. So yeah, this is piss. So for Senator Shogun Terra, this is basically Rest Razor, but less good, because it only has like the piss part of Rest Razor, but it doesn't have like the Glavenus skull, because Glavenus didn't exist at the time. So it is okay. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the fight in Freedom Unite, but compared to Rest Razor, this is so much lower. Like, it will probably be, I think. Let's see. I think there it's fine, because I still really like the fight. But then Rest Razor has to come like here, I think, because Rest Razor has such an interesting fight of using the skulls of the monsters, really, more than just charging or using it as a shell, and it actually uses it in its attacks, and it felt right. It felt like they were finally using it for something right, for defending themselves. Okay, next is Kongalala. I think it's okay. It's not bad, it's funny, because it can just fart at you and throw shit. And now that I look at it, god damn, the second gen was full of piss and shit. What went through the dev's mind? God damn. But yeah, Kongalala is fine. This isn't like the greatest fight, but it's funny. And I remember back in 4U, the Mario and Luigi event quest with like both Kongalalas that has a Mario mushroom in their tail, which would make them bigger if they managed to eat it. So it was really funny. I really hope to see it again in Wilds, because this fight has a lot of potential. Kongalala is just comedy, the monster. Yeah, exactly. He's just there to be funny. So I think this will be A tier. Like a strong A tier. No, maybe not. Yeah, maybe like just before Monoblos. There, perfect. And his subspecies, I don't remember the difference that much between the two, so I will rank them next to each other. And as we stay with the monkeys, next one is Blagonga, which is a very annoying fight. It goes too fast, it digs himself in the ground. It can just blocks you completely by throwing snow at you. I really don't like it. This is basically a less good or a way worse Rajang, and basically an early game Rajang, I would say. But Copper Blagonga on the other hand, I think it's a really fun fight. I probably won't put it in S tier, but definitely in A tier. So basically, once again, it's a very unknown species because it only appeared in Freedom Unite. And the main difference between him and Blagonga is that the copper one lives in the desert and throws rocks at you that will bounce with very weird angles, a bit like a rugby ball, if you see what I mean. This is, yeah, and I feel like this makes the fights a lot more funnier, and because it cannot block you in the snow or in the mud, it is a lot more enjoyable, actually. Okay, next one is Raging. Raging. Where should I start? First of all, this is a difficult fight, definitely, that surprised you at first, because this is a very small monster compared to like other endgame ones. I really like the design and the fact that this is a monkey and not just another lizard. But I wouldn't say S tier, just for the fact that his weak spot is his tail, no matter what you do. And if you want to calm it down, you have to hit his tail. And once again, as a hammer bro, this annoys me so much. So just for that, I will put... Ah shit, I forget the name of the the variant. Like the English name. Shit. So Raging will go A tier, but like a good A tier. Should be there. And the variant will be S tier. Because this fight is just impressive. The fact that it can just throw rocks at you, like part of the map at you. That it can just grab you and spit its laser, like just laser you at point blank. Furious Raging, thank you. Like Furious is just so much better than regular Raging, so this one will go in S tier, definitely. Kushala Daora, and we will go there, I think. Too much wind. And for the Rusty version, even lower, because there are even more wind. And this is a monster that I think we see way too much. Is there in way too many games, and the fight is just too annoying. If you don't have like a poison weapon or wind res, it is just so bad. So bad. And even if you have poison, it isn't consistent, so at some point it will gain its wind aura again, and it will become so much more annoying. Reason Kushala Daora, on the other hand, is a bit more enjoyable, because in Rise and Sunbreak the wind pressure isn't that bad compared to previous games. So I think it will be a bit higher, like probably in, I would say in D tier. Like, it's not the worst fight, but it's still a Kushala Daora, so it's not the best either, sadly. Okay. We almost... Yeah, okay, we still have quite a bit of work before ending second gen. Okay, I said nothing. Next one is Camellios. This one is fun. It's so goofy. This is basically what if Gypsaros was an Elder Dragon, and they did it so right. And I always love fighting Camellios. Definitely a strong A tier, because it won't be S tier, because it can steal your items once again, and the hardcore version of Frontier probably makes him drop lower, because it can one-shot you while being invisible. It can drain all your stamina in one attack, so it can be quite annoying, but like modern Camellios is so much fun. And same goes for Reason Camellios, which will be a bit higher because it doesn't appear in Frontier, and this is the only reason why. And then Teostra and Lunastra. I don't know about you, but I don't really like to fight Teostra. It isn't as annoying as as the Kushela, but it's not really that much better. So I think E tier should suit him well. Like the Risen might be a bit better. And Lunastra, well, in all the gens, Lunastra is basically blue Teostra, and those are the same, except you cannot fight Lunastra in multiplayer. It has to be solo. And in World and Iceborne, it was fun, very fun at first to fight it, but then it became so annoying. So annoying to grind, because the fact that her fire can just spread out even more her fire attacks makes it very difficult to find a spot to stand on safely. And because of that, it is still quite annoying. So probably I think, yeah, next to Risen Kushela, so they stay together, but it's not the best. Shengaroren, I think this is same thing as Lao Shanlong. This is basically a fight that has a lot of potential, especially like with rampage quests or events like the Kulftaroth or Safijiva ones. I think they can still make it a good fight, but for now, this is just as Lao Shanlong. This is just a huge HP pool that goes forward and doesn't do anything much. And as one thing that's even more annoying is that every step of Shengaroren inflicts tremor, but it moves much faster than Lao Shanlong, so you are tremored even more than with Lao Shan. So I don't really like it that much, but I would be really pleased if it come back in a more recent game, because I know Capcom can do something about it and can do something with it. For Yamatsukami, actually, he might be even lower than Cephadrome. This fight is so annoying because he flies absolutely 100% of the time. So if you don't have like a range weapon, like a bowgun or just a bow, you will have such a bad time hitting him. And one other thing that's very annoying, especially in Frontier, is that you cannot kill it before it reaches the last area. So you just have to wait. And I waited the whole time, and it was like 10 minutes of doing absolutely nothing but watching the monster go up to the tower, or just go by yourself up the tower and just wait for it to come, because otherwise you can just stun lock him in a lower area and he just won't die, and you can potentially time out because of this. And even if you wait 10 minutes, after that the fight isn't that good. So probably just like Shengaroren, they can probably do something good with him if they rework him, but it needs to be like a strong rework now, because otherwise the fight is just so bad. Vuldrome, well, Bullfungos are quite annoying, and Vuldrome is just a big Bullfungo, so the fight isn't that good, but it's usually very short, so it makes it fine, I would say. And the design is cool because it's a huge boar, so probably a lower D tier or a high E tier, but something there around here. Next, King Shakalaka. Oh, this one is fun. This one is really fun because he looks like nothing, actually. He looks like nothing, but in Freedom United it's so hard, and it can easily two-shot you if you don't pay close attention. But like his club hits so hard, and even if it dies fast and doesn't even count as a big monster, I think its gimmick is really fun, and the King Gajalaka in the Witcher collab back in World really improved the fight of the King Shakalaka, but I don't see any King Gajalaka over there. No, here? No. Okay. So I will also rank him as the King Gajalaka, and I think this would be probably like something like B tier. Yeah, probably there. Tigrex or Tigrex, or call it whatever you want. I will say Tigrex. I don't like it that much. Like the design-wise, it's very cool, but otherwise it's just a Diablos. So basically just run and spin and everything, but less fun. So, and also you see it like so often. I think it's getting a bit overrated in people's opinion. So probably C tier, I would say. We don't have that many monsters in C tier. I think I'll put him there. Brute Tigrex on the other end. There we go. The Iceborne rework was so good. The fact that it can just like roars absolutely all the time instead of running around makes it so much funnier, even without earplugs, because you are not affected by this roar that much if you don't have any earplugs, so it doesn't get annoying. So yeah, it's fine, and it just became one of my favorite fights of Iceborne, actually. Even though at first I was so angry, almost angry to see him in the end game. I quickly learned how to love him. What about Magma Tigrex now? The fight was fun. The stuff was really good back in 4U. But I don't know. I didn't like him that much. So probably C tier next to regular Tigrex. And same for Grimclaw. I don't like him that much. This is basically the fusion between regular Tigrex and a Bloodbath. So yeah, but still more on the Tigrex part. So I don't know why. I don't find the fight extremely difficult, especially as a brawler. But meh. No, not the greatest. I don't know about you, but Grimclaw, meh. Akentor. This one is okay. Like, the design is really good. I really love it. But like every attack is fine too. But it digs way too much in the ground. And like I when I did it in GU for the video, like I had to run around so much because it was moving underground every time, and it was so annoying. And I was like, why would you ruin such a good fight with such a boring mechanic? So I think it will go B tier, because the fight is still awesome. Just make it dig less often, and it should be fine. You know what? Like right there. Perfect. Geodrome. Well, this is basically ice velocitron, so still just as annoying. Next is Hypnocatrice. This is difficult for me because I really want to see more of Hypnocatrice, especially in the main line. But this is basically just a sleep status Yankutku, so I can't put him much higher than this, sadly. But there's a lot of potential, and if it comes back in later games, I'm sure this will be a good monster. Lavazioth, where there, like right between the two super armor monsters. This is the exact same problem. This is just as annoying as a regular Plethos, but it also has armor, which is a layer of annoying on top of everything else. And yeah, same as Basarios. I don't know a single person that likes to fight Lavasios. Even though like sometimes the stuff can be okay, nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. Ooh, next we have all the Nagakugas. Okay, I might make some enemies there. Nagakuga is definitely way overrated. Way too much. Even though I was surprised it was this low on the monster vote we had last month. I was really expecting him to be in the top 3, and it was actually at the seventh place. So it was actually quite low. So maybe those the people agree with me more than I think. Nagakuga is just a bit overrated. It is a great design. Like the attacks are fine. It's just how to put it. You just tend to fight him way too often, especially because every time he appears, his gear is always top tier. Because yeah, Nagakuga has definitely a wonderful roar, that's for sure. But like, yeah, the stuff is always top tier because the armor usually gives more affinity and evade, which is always good to have. And the weapon usually have very good sharpness and affinity, which is everything you'll usually look for in endgame. So it's a bit annoying to always have to see Nagakuga, but I really like the war, like you said, and I also really like the effect with the red eyes when he gets angry, which like glow in the dark. So I'll probably put him in B tier, but like lower B tier. Green Nagakuga is basically just a regular Nagakuga with a few new moves. It's not very original, so I'll probably put him in D tier with like other forgotten subspecies, I think. Lucent Nagakuga on the other hand, I remember struggling a lot against him back in 3U. because I was playing on the 3DS, so every time I wanted to hunt Lucent Nargacuga, I had either to find friends that play 3U, which wasn't the case at the time, or fight it solo. And as a solo fight, it is so difficult in 3U. But because once again the gear was this good, I forced myself to farm it, and it was really painful. So I wasn't that happy to see him back in Sunbreak, but they did such a great job at improving his moveset, and also like every effect where it just disappears in the dust and just to reappear somewhere else. So in Sunbreak, this is definitely one of the most satisfying fights to have, and they really did a wonderful job at it. So this will probably be A tier, I think. Maybe not S tier, because that would be too high, but A tier. And I will put him... I think I'll put him there. This is the right place. Silverwind, though, I really hate Silverwind. I know, Matthias, that you like it very much. If I remember correctly, this is your favorite deviant. But like the air slashes, sorry, the air slashes are just so annoying to deal with, and especially like in G rank, the homing missiles basically that he can throw at you are just so annoying, because like you're never safe no matter how far from it. Yeah, I found it. I changed my mind. Yeah, it's way more annoying than it seems. I think this is probably the worst Nargacuga of them all. Even though like the design is cool, everything else is absolutely horrible. I think his place is there. I can't even heal without getting hit. Yeah, this is so annoying. Like when you ask me to fight it, I was so annoyed just by the fact of thinking about it, and then I fought it, and you probably saw the video, and yeah, every time I couldn't stay at the same place more than 5 seconds. Otherwise, either a homing missile or a hair slash would hit me, and I was constantly dodging attacks, which is not that fun at some point. It's fun if it lasts like 5 minutes, but when it lasts for 25 to 30 minutes, it's even worse. Okay, next we have Ukanlos, which is fine. The design is okay. The fight, I feel like it's a bit more annoying than Akantor. I really like Akantor more than Ukanlos, but Ukanlos is still a good fight. So it will be in B tier, but like right next to Akantor, I think. Queen Vespoid. I really like the idea of the beast. I really want to fight it again. But this is so annoying to fight, because first you have to kill, I think it's 25 Vespoids in order for the queen to spawn, and then this is basically just a giant Vespoid that can throw acid at you. So on top of paralysis, it can inflict defense down. Like they can probably do something fun with this, but for now it's just annoying. Like probably around there. And with this we have finished 2nd gen in only an hour. An hour and 20 minutes. I don't think I'll be able to rank absolutely everyone on this stream, because we still have like 3 more gens to do plus Frontier, so basically 4. My god. I'll see how far I go, and if this takes too long, maybe I'll do this on... I'll finish it next week, maybe. But for now, Great Jaggy. There we go. The best raptor. Literally my first monster. The first one I ever killed. It's simple. It does its job very well. It's very good looking. And how to put it nicely? Maybe Wednesday. Well, yeah. Well, I'll see how work goes, basically. And if I'm not too tired, maybe I'll try to do it on Wednesday. I'll see. But yeah, Great Jaggy is basically one of the best monsters I've ever fought. I really enjoy the fights because it's so simple and you can bully it so easily. Then we have Giginox, which is very fun, surprisingly, especially considering how low I ranked Kezu. I really enjoy Giginox, and every game I wish for him to return, because like the monster is like the design is absolutely flawless. The fact that it just lay eggs constantly and can even lay eggs on its own back, so you struggle more to destroy them. I feel like this is such a good idea, such a good design, and this will definitely be a A tier, a strong one. Probably there. But for his subspecies, which is basically a Thunder Giginox, this is a bit more annoying, because first of all, it doesn't lay eggs at all, and instead of poison, it uses paralysis instead, which is a lot more annoying when you just lay there on the ground and can do nothing. Whereas if you poison, you can still move, you can still heal, you can still attack, so you can still do stuff. You don't feel useless, which isn't the case with the subspecies. So it will go a lot lower, probably around there, I think. Something like that, I think. Or yeah, I could put it next to Kezu, because they are very similar in some ways. Barioth. This fight is very interesting because it really forces you to learn what part breaks can do to a monster. Because in case you don't know, if you break Barioth legs, like wings, it will struggle a lot more on the ice. If you break the fangs, it cannot throw ice tornadoes. So it's really an interesting fight, but at first it is so difficult that it just becomes annoying. And I'm sure they could do better. But like the concept, the main core of the monster, of just you have to break parts to make the fight easier, is just so well done in this case. And that will definitely save him. But yeah, I can't think of anyone who says that Barioth is their favorite monster either. So probably, I'll probably put him in C tier. C tier or D tier? I think D tier is fine, but like high D tier. And same will go for the subspecies, which is Sand Barioth. So basically just a Barioth, but like in the desert. God damn. Why am I struggling so much? God damn. And for the Frost Fang, I find it cool. Like, they somehow managed to make the barrier fight a lot funnier, especially because it comes later in the game. Like, it's supposed to be a mid-game monster, and you can handle it pretty well, actually, by the time you encounter it. And because you've fought Barrier before, you already know most of his moveset, so it's a lot more manageable, actually. So he will probably be in B tier. Like, yeah, just below Scardia and Garuga, I think. Okay, next we have the Pickle, Devil Joe. So for Devil Joe, it's fun. It's okay. It's terrifying the first time you fight it, because like you just chew monsters, like lower monsters. You were expecting to fight at first. They did once again such a great job at making it work even more in World and Iceborne, especially like the fact that it can now just grab monsters into its mouth and attack with it. I really like this idea, and I hope they will keep it in the future. This one will definitely be strong. I think this will be A tier, like there, and Savage will be a bit higher. Wait, no. There, because I prefer Devil Joe to Rejang. Even after I killed it 70 times, I'm still scared of Devil Joe. Yeah, it's always surprising when a Devil Joe comes unexpectedly. But otherwise, yeah, even when you fight it, you always have to be careful. Otherwise, you know it can be deadly. Next is Barra. Okay, this one might be a bit weird for some, but I really love this monster. It was my very first wall back in 3U. When I saw this monster at first, I was like, there's no way I can kill something this big. And I did it, and somehow managed to kill my first Barroth. And I don't know why, I always loved the design, I always loved the fight. This is basically a lower rank Diablos, and it just works so well. So well. And same goes for his subspecies, which might still be a bit lower. I think like there, like lower A tier should be fine, because this is basically Barroth, but it can turn around when charging, so it's a bit more difficult to avoid. But other than that, it's not that different. Okay, next is Uragan. This one isn't that bad. It isn't that great either, but I really like the frontier fight when he just digs himself in the ground and rolls over. So if you're facing him forward, like in front of him, you will just get sucked in his attack, and if you are behind him, he will just throw rocks at you. So I really like this idea, but in the main line the fight isn't that good. Very annoying even, I would say. So this will definitely be a mid tier. Like, yeah, there is fine. And for the Steel Uragan, which is basically Uragan, but the rocks it throws at you will makes you stink, so you cannot heal anymore. This is just Uragan, but more annoying. So there we go. I think its place suits him well. And same goes for Crystal Beard, very annoying deviant. So probably one of the worst, I think, if not the worst in general. Even though like the design is cool. Okay, just because the design is cool, it will go a bit higher, but that's it. That's it. Otherwise, it's definitely the worst deviant. Okay, Lagiacrus. This one is so good. This one is so good. Like, I really love Lagiacrus. Especially because I started on 3U. 3U was my very first Monster Hunter, so of course Lagiacrus is very deeply rooted into my heart. But as much as I like fighting him under the water, in Gen and GU, because they didn't bring underwater fights back, they had to adapt his moveset, and I don't like it that much, especially like when he turns around him and makes like 4 electric ball turn around him. That feels wrong. So just for that, it won't be a S tier, but I think it still deserves a strong A tier, like right there. And Ivory Lagiacrus should be at the same spot, because this is basically the Lagiacrus we should have in GU, because this is a Lagiacrus that then stays mainly on land. So yeah, I think they are both fine. And same for Abyssal Lagiacrus, because like he's looking so cool, and this is purely the what's the word? The underwater fight, which was very fun and also so difficult if you don't abuse of a glitch that prevents him from hitting you at all. Like in 3U, you can hide between 2 rocks in the area where you fight him, and then you can just use like a bow gun or a bow to just shoot him, and he can only hit you with range attacks, but otherwise it's just stuck, and it makes the fight so much easier. So yeah, like every Lagiacrus is a strong A tier, I would say. Definitely. Okay, next one is Royal Ludroth. It's a cool monster, actually. Like, I really like the idea of the sponge getting bigger or thinner, depending of how long it has stayed outside of the water, and the fight is pretty fun in general. So I would say B tier. Hello. Let's see. I think there is the right place. But like purple Royal Ludroth, which is basically Royal Ludroth but with poison instead of water. This is just annoying. Once again, usually when a subspecies trade a blight for status, it becomes more annoying in general. And I think I will put it in D tier, but very low, probably the lowest possible, because it is so annoying. Because if you've ever fought Royal Ludroth, you know it does a lot of water, so you almost constantly have the water blight. But now imagine having the same thing, but with poison, and you can really quickly run off of antidotes, which quickly becomes problematic after that. So I don't really like that monster. Gobule, on the other hand, which is very fun fight underwater. So for those who don't know, this is a beast that lures other monsters by faking plants underwater, and after that they just paralyze them with their spikes on the back, and then just chew them away in their giant mouth. This is such a good fight, I think. Even though the paralysis can be a bit annoying sometimes, I think a strong C tier could be fine. Like, probably the best C tier we have so. You really hate Rathalos. Yes, I said it at the very beginning, because we started with Rathalos. Usually I don't like it because it flies too much. But like the regular Rathalos became good in Rise and Sunbreak, so I put it in B tier. But like every other subspecies that didn't get the Rise treatment is just trash to my eyes, and so everything is F tier. Sorry. Okay, next one is Agnactor. This one is so much fun. I love it. This is definitely the best Leviathan to my eyes. I love the design. I love the sound design, especially. Like the clack of the beak. This is so cool. So yeah, and the lava armor is actually done well. So this is definitely an S tier for me. But for the subspecies, which is basically the same, but you reverse the armor mechanic. So basically, when it gets out of the ground, the armor is hard as a rock, and if it stays out of the ground enough, the snow all around him, or the ice, I don't remember exactly, will melt, and it will be easier to hit it. But this makes it so much more annoying, because if you have ever fought an Agnactor, you know it digs a lot. So this is definitely a E tier around like every monster with super armor. Definitely. Rathalos is absolute garbage in Frontier. Regular one, yes. Silver Rathalos in Frontier is fine. And the Zenith is fine as long as you have fire resistance high enough to avoid the blight. Otherwise, but like it's the same case for every Zenith. If you don't come prepared, it's the most obnoxious fight. Otherwise, it can be quite fun. Alatrion, there we go, another S tier. Strong monster, master of all elements. I struggled so much killing him in 3U at first, and then I fought it in Generation, and because of all the hunting styles and arts, the fights was just so much more easier and enjoyable. And when he got the Iceborne treatment and got reworked completely, I know a lot of people don't like the DPS check, but personally I love it, and I think this is a great mechanic that really works well with Alatrion, where you have to use the right element to fight the right phase in order to survive. I think the whole monster is absolutely perfect. I wanted to cry when I soloed him. Yeah, same thing. I think I managed to solo him in Iceborne after the 12th try. After 12 tries, and I was so happy to finally be able to solo him. Because this is such a difficult fight, and it should stay a difficult fight because it is a black dragon. It's supposed to be one of the strongest monsters in the entire universe. So it's fine if it's strong. Too strong, almost. Okay, next one is Cyados. You really prove that you know how the game works and use your skills. Yeah, definitely. This is a challenge meant only for like the best hunters. You know you're a good hunter. And usually I say to people that I will consider them a good hunter when you manage to solo Alatrion or Fatalis in Iceborne. Otherwise, you're just a regular one. But once you are able to solo him, I would even say constantly, then you are definitely good at the game. This is a very good challenge. Next one is Cyados. So this is basically a Lao Shanlong, but underwater, and that fights in phase 2, so it will be a bit higher. Plus, like the theme of the beast is just so incredible, so it will definitely be higher, probably in like C tier. I would say probably there. I think it's fine here. And for the Goldbeard, so the subspecies, because you don't have the first phase, only the second one, when he actually fights. I think the subspecies is actually better than the regular monster, and should go around, probably around here. I really like fighting Goldbeard Cyados. This is one of my most hunted monsters in 3U, I remember. And I made the full set when reaching G rank, because it was so good. Okay, then we have Gen Moran, which is also quite a good fight. Quite a good cinematic fight, because it's a wonderful experience as long as you don't fight it too much, I would say. Like, it's fun the first times, but it can become quite repetitive if you do it too much, because it's always the same thing in the same order. So you have to be careful not to hunt him too much, otherwise it just gets boring. But doing it from time to time is fine, so I would say B tier's okay. And his subspecies is just the same, basically, but with more HP. So I will rank him the same way. Kurupeko, another S tier for me. One of the greatest ideas of a monster that Capcom ever got. I hope every day that they will come back in the main line, because the fact that this is basically a living hunting horn that can buff itself and other monsters by increasing their attack, defense, or even healing them, or calling for help. Even though if like the help is like a Devil Joe that will try to hit him right away. I really love the design. This is so goofy. I really love the monster so much. Yeah, the Devil Joe surprised the first time so much. I even remember one time when I fought a Kurupeko and I captured it, and while the end screen rolled, the Devil Joe came in and started eating the Kurupeko I just captured. So basically he was still alive. And the Devil Joe was eating a living Kurupeko. That was so weird. And for the Crimson one, I think it's okay. It isn't that different, but maybe less memorable than the regular one. So I would say A tier, but just because I tend to forget more about him. Even though, like, I really love the color of the beast. Great Baggy. This one is fine, because this is basically Great Jaggy, but because of the sleep, once again, like when a monster, when a variation of a monster gets a status, it directly becomes more annoying to deal with. I would say probably something like C tier. Like, it's not the worst to fight, but it's definitely not the best. Duramboros on the other end. There we go. Another third gen monster in S tier. This is so much fun, so dumb to to just see this giant thing fly into the sky by spinning around. This is so much fun, and I love all the moss on his back, meaning that he just likes to sleep so much that moss starts to grow on his body. This is so dumb and so funny at the same time. And for the rusted version, it's not that bad. I think it's just like Krupeko, you tend to forget more about it. But it's still funny to hunt. And I remember the event quest in 3U once again, where you had to fight like a giant one that was like 50 meters long. It was so difficult to touch, even with a great sword, like to touch the belly of the beast, because it was so high. But this is a great monster with a great design. Oh, and god damn it, I also love Nibblesnarf. Okay, we're getting so many S tiers now. So far, I think Nibblesnarf should go there, and we should do this, because Nibblesnarf, when you don't know the beast at all, it is annoying. But once you understand that that it can eat bomb and then you can fish it, I feel like this is just the funniest fight ever. Being able to fish a giant monster out of the ground is just so cool, so badass. So yeah, I really like this fight. This is probably one of the funniest I've ever had in the older gen. Monster with a part of their body which is like a weapon used by hunter is a great idea. Yeah, definitely. But this needs to be done well and not too much, otherwise it becomes redundant. Like, I feel like all the ones we already have, like Duramboros, Glavnus, etc., are good, but we might not need that much more. Especially with like the more complex monsters, the weapons, I mean. Like, I don't want to see a monster that's supposed to represent like Switch Axe or Charge Blade, for example. But yeah, this is always a great idea, that's for sure. Oh, and here we are to the Zinogre. Okay, so you probably saw the thumbnail of the of the stream where I said it is overrated. It is. I'm sorry, but it is definitely overrated. Like, you see Zinogre absolutely everywhere, in every single game. It's always the same thing. And even if the monster isn't that bad, it's even actually quite good. And I can understand why people love the... how to say it? Yeah, it is overrated. It is overrated, and for that, it will go quite low, I think. Probably in C tier. I still enjoy Zinogre more than Tigrex, so I'll probably put them here. And because I'm still a Himo boy, I will rank Stygian Zinogre right above it. And Thunderlord, I think a Thunderlord is quite annoying. Definitely not the best deviant, but far from being the worst. So we will do probably next to Deadeye and one rank lower for the Apex, because this is just annoying. Bro, he was top 1 in the list for 20 years. Yeah, I know. And he probably deserves it, because like design wise it is cool, the fight is fun. Like the monster is great in general. It's just that we see him too much and it becomes annoying. And because personally I want to see other monsters than Zinogre, Nagakuga, Diablos, Rathalos, Rathian, Kushala, Teostra, etc, etc. He's good, he really is good. Something like B tier. Like I feel like a high C tier is fine for him, because he's still a good fight, but it's way too overrated, and I don't want to see him like for a generation or two. Please let him rest. It was the same for Devil Joe, for example. Like Devil Joe, since Monster Hunter 3 came out, we saw Devil Joe in every single game, and the fact that it didn't came in Rise and Sunbreak felt so good. I want Celta Queen to return one day. Me too, brother. Me too. One day. I don't want to talk shit because it's just a big wolf with electrical bugs. Yeah, and also the lore. The lore behind Zinogre is so cool. But like, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't stand it anymore. Amatsu, oh, this is such a good fight. At first, it's not, but like, it's happened so much since I last ranked him, because like in GU the fight is okay. It's far from being the best, but it's also far from being the worst. If you play aerial, it's fine. Otherwise, it can be a bit difficult to reach him. But they did such a great job in Sunbreak for remastering him, making the games like the monster more impressive. Yeah, this is the real King of the Sky, actually. And they definitely took a lot of inspiration from the Frontiers fight, and this was such a great idea because the fight in Frontier is really impressive and terrifying, but so good, so good, really. So this will be a A tier. I just need to find the right place for it, and I think next to Fatalis is perfect. Okay, completely different monster. Great Verugi. This is basically Great Baggy, but with poison. So I just need to find the Baggy again and put it next to it. There we go. Okay, hey, we're doing actually quite a good work. Okay, this is good, this is good. This is good. Okay, Arzuros. I think it's chill. Like, it's fine. Yeah, the monster is fine. It does his job. It's not the greatest, but it's far from being the worst. The only thing that terrifies me about Arzuros is that usually when you have to fight it in endgame, it becomes truly terrifying. Like with the Red Elm that comes later, or the Apex Arzuros, or the Afflicted Arzuros also at the very beginning of Sunbreak, of Sunbreak's endgame. Usually Arzuros can become quite terrifying if it's not the regular one. So I think I'll put it in C tier. No, in B tier. B tier is fine for Arzuros, I think. Probably there. And for the subspecies, like the deviant is quite annoying, especially as a prowler, because I always hunt the deviants with the prowler, and this is so annoying because it has so much life, so much HP. So yeah, Red Hound can one shot at higher levels, and especially in when for the EX deviant. This is actually one of the deviants I struggled the most against with Hellblade Glavenus and Dread King Rathalos, because he's just way too powerful. And this is dumb because this is an Arzuros and it shouldn't be able to one-shot you. So it will probably be around here. I think next to Silverwind is fine. And Apex will be one tier lower as always. So F tier, because it's just the same but more disappointing because it doesn't have any armor or anything. Lagombi. It's fine. Yeah, I think same as Arzuros. It's not the greatest, but it's far from being the worst. And same for Snowbaron. Even though I would rank him a bit higher. I think something like that. Something like that. Wait a minute, you prefer hunting Uragan than Barioth? Yes. Yes, and I will die on this hill. Uragan is way funnier than Barioth, especially in Frontier. And I think Frontier makes all the difference on this case. But I may be one of the few who likes the Uragan, the exotic Uragan in Frontier. But this is a good fight. This is actually a good fight. I'm sorry. Because, like, Barrios in Frontier is just regular one, but more annoying, so eh. Okay, next one is Volvidon. This one is fine. Once again, like, the three of them, I think it's a bit higher than the rest, because it's funny. Like, it can fart on you, it can, like, it has the super long tongue. It can grab you with. It's so much fun. Oh, and now you already know where I'm going to put Brachydios. No shit, Sherlock. No shit, this is my favorite monster of all time. Of course, this will be S tier. This is the greatest design. This was the flagship of my very first game, so obviously it has a strong place in my heart. And for the Raging Brachydios, I think I will put it in lower tier, like probably in a strong A tier, like very strong A tier. But I need to put it lower because in 4U and GU, his fight is just boring compared to regular Brachydios, I mean, because it's much slower, so you have to relearn every timing to dodge the attacks. And also, if you are using like close combat weapon, every time you will hit him, you will explode. So just because of this, I will put it in A tier, but Brachydios is definitely S tier. I actually had fun grinding his mantles. Yeah, grinding Raging Brachydios is fine as long as you stay far away from him. That's also why on my videos I did it as a brawler, so I could stay away from him and not be bothered by all the explosion he makes. Okay. Oh, and for the normal Brachy, yeah, normal Brachy is always fine. It's always fun, and it looks so cool. I am a huge Brachydios fan. I actually have 3 figurines of Brachydios and 1 plushie. So, yeah, and 1 t-shirt also, and 1 sticker on my computer. So, I am really a huge Brachydios fanboy. The Raging had one of the best rework in Iceborne with the final and musical. But yeah, it was a little annoying before. Yeah, I agree that the rework was incredible in Iceborne, and this was such a good fight. So yeah, maybe I should put it in S tier too, but like lower. Maybe there. I want a Monster Hunter plushies so badly. Yeah, I have way too much plushies. So for now, because I moved out very recently, I only have my Brachydios plushie. But back at my parents' house, I also have a Palico plushie, an Astalos plushie, a Deviljho plushie, and I think for Monster Hunter that's it. The rest are usually Pokemon. But yeah, I have a lot of Monster Hunter merch. Maybe one day I will show my whole collection, because I have a lot of figurines. Brachydios fan, Guildmom jealous. Yeah, definitely. I know Guildmom would definitely be jealous, but I love Guildmom too. I think she's the best. That's also why I bought the Handler costume, the Guildmom costume for the Handler back in World, because I love her so much. Okay, next, and with this one we will finish the 3rd gen. Dear Miralis. This is basically Crimson Fatalis, but underwater. So this should be right next to Crimson Fatalis, I think. This is a good fight, probably not the best, but it is a fun one, definitely. When I'll finish my exam, I'll buy so much finger rack. Capcom, take my money. Yes, I agree. I think. Wait, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 creators model. So like the big figurines. Wait, probably. Kushala creators model. Can probably show you like what kind of figurines, like this one. I have this one. Same goes for the Brachydios. Yeah, shut up. I also have this one. This is the one that I have on my desk, and it looks so cool. But it is so expensive. I have like Kushala, Gormagala, Brachydios, Malzeno, Tigrex, and I feel like I have another one that I forgot about. Maybe? I don't remember. No, I think that's it. I have five of them so far, but this is already so much and so expensive. But yeah, maybe one day I'll do a house tour. Maybe when I'll have a bigger apartment and being able to display all my merch. Maybe one day I'll do that. Okay, now we need to start the 4th gen, actually. Okay, and first we have Ketchawatchan, which is so fun too. Probably around here. I would say. This is probably the funniest monkey, with his big ears, just on his trunk, just spitting water at you. He's just silly. He doesn't mean to harm you in any way. He just want to have fun, actually. At least it feels like it. It definitely feels like it. The subspecies is fine, but because the ears are so much more resistant and will make any sharpness bounce on it, I think it's a bit more annoying, so I'll probably put him in C tier. Probably there, yeah. Yeah, I hope so too, that he will be in Wilds, hopefully. Tetsukabra. Oh, this one is fun. This one is really fun. I think this is an A tier. Or maybe a B. I think strong B tier for both him and his subspecies. Oh, and also the Deviant. I forgot about Deviant. The Deviant is fine too. Like, they are all quite similar, so I will rank them next to each other. The fact that he can grab rocks and eat them like right in front of you and damage it, God damn it, damage you with it. It's so clever and so fun. Okay, next we have Samtrios, which is one of my favorite monsters of all time. I just find like the inflating form so funny. The Tetsukabra should have been in Rise. That was so frustrating. It is, technically it is. Just in the multiplayer hub, but technically it is. But yeah, Zamtrios is so much fun to fight every time. And Tiger Stripe, same thing. Because this is just more inflatable shark. So this is an incredible monster. And this is probably the one I will request the most for Wilds. Because this beast is just perfect. It does everything well. Okay, Najarala is next. Najarala is difficult for me because I really love the design, and if it was only design-wise, it will definitely be S tier. But the fight can be quite annoying because of all the sound, the strong sound, and also because like if you get hit by a scale that explodes, it's instantly stunning you, which is quickly very annoying. So just for that, it will lower down as a strong B tier, and same for the subspecies. Okay, and then we have Celta's Queen, which is another S tier, which is actually one of the greatest monsters of all time, with such a unique mechanic and so much fun. Being able to grab a Celtas and put it on its back to fight together. Usually when I want to try a new set or a new weapon on GU or 4U, I go hunt a Celtas Queen, and this is how I know if something is efficient or not. And same goes for the Desert Celtas Queen, which is a bit more forgettable, but like the main difference between the regular one and the desert one is that the desert one can use the Celtas to destroy him literally when shooting a water cannon, which deals a lot more damage to you, which is very funny to see at first. Nersila, another very fun monster that I know a lot of people hate because they are arachnophobic, and it's fine, I understand. But I really want to see more spiders in Monster Hunter. I feel like Nersila and Arachnakadaki are not enough. So maybe later. But this will definitely be a strong A tier. Same thing for the subspecies, because both are very good. Then we have Gormagala. Oh, this one. This one is so cool. Like Gormagala. Probably not S tier though, but I could place him here, like very high A tier. Because he's so hedgy. He's just so hedgy. And like the frenzy virus is such a cool mechanic. I really like it. So definitely, and chaotic gore will. I think I will even put it higher, because like the lore behind it makes it better. I hope that more scorpion monsters come out in wilds. Sure, I wouldn't mind seeing more scorpions monster, but please don't bring back crystallization, because this is just the worst status ever. Especially when combined with paralysis, like with Akura Zenith Akura Vashimu, which is probably one of the worst monsters ever made. If he's hey, please put Shagaru in S. Shagaru. Do I prefer Shagaru or Gore? I think I prefer Shagaru, so I will put in it S tier, but like very low S tier. And only because of the Frontiers fight. Because exotic Shagaru Magala is so cool looking. And the fight is just so impressive, it just explodes everywhere. It's incredible. I love it. And oh yeah, right, there's also reason Shagaru Magala. The fight was cool. No, the fight was just very cool actually. I think I even prefer the redone version to the regular one. Yep. The Lamadure, another S tier, let's go. Let's see. Where should we put it? I think I'll put it there, because the Lamadure is just like Gen Moran. It's a very good fight, a very good cinematic fight, but you must refrain from farming it too much, otherwise it will become boring, because it's always the same thing over and over again. And same will go for Shah de la Madure, which is basically the same, but can set the world on fire. But yeah, awesome design. I always hope to see them alive in the next games, and not just as a whole map, like the Rotten Vale. I think the Lamadure is a bit too big to return in newer games. It depends. I don't think it would be too big. I just think like the fight needs to be adapted to it. The Lamadure is insane too, but I'm scared that we won't see him again in a long time. Yeah, I'm scared too, because especially if Wilds becomes an open world game, I think the Lamadure will be even harder to include in such a space, with space. So hopefully they will manage to find a way to include it, but this might be very, very, very difficult. And then we have Darren Moran, which is basically Gen Moran, but with one horn instead of two, so not very different. Then we have both Celtas. So for those two, I'm gonna rank them as when you fight them all alone and not with the queen. And by themselves, they are quite boring. This is basically like Doldrum tier. So yeah, it's not really any better by themselves, and they don't really do much without the queen, sadly. Okay, and then we have Ceregios. Let's see. It's a good monster, but it can be a bit annoying at times, especially with the bleed status. And in the older games, when you got hit by its scales and it explodes like 2 more times, it is so annoying to be stun locked. Hopefully, like they changed it in Sunbreak, so it's a lot less annoying now. But they made it so much faster that it's always very difficult to hit it. I'm always struggling against Ceregios. Let's see. Also, like, Ceregios has a special place in my heart because it's with his video, his daily hunt, that my channel started to grow up, really. So, of course, I want to rank him a bit higher than I would usually. I'll probably put him, like, in high B tier, around here. Should be fine here. Okay, and then we have Gogmasios. Let's see. This one is particular because it's so difficult and it takes so much time to kill it that usually the fight gets boring before the end. But like, the monster is so cool. The fight is incredible. Otherwise, like, all the cannons you have, the fact that you can use the Dragonator on its back against him. You can pin him on the ground. He can start flying at some point. This fight is just so impressive, but with all the tar exploding on the ground when he gets angry, it's becoming a bit difficult. I didn't enjoy that much the Gogmasios fight, and probably a C tier would be fine. I think it. Yeah, next to Zinogre. Yeah, maybe a bit higher. Because I think he's a bit overrated as well. But I wouldn't mind seeing him coming back to the newer games. Okay, next we have Malfestio, which is such a good fight. My god, this is A tier for sure. A strong A tier. Probably like right there. I really love the design. This is the only howl that we have, and his status that just reverse your controls feels absolutely awful at first, but once you manage to deal with it and to understand how it works, the fight is such a breeze. And I really love that you really feel powerful once you master the fight and master the status that it can inflict you. And same goes for the Deviant. The Deviant is actually really good and really fun to do. Okay, then we have Glavenus. Let's see, Glavenus. It is a good fight. It is a very good fight. It is a very good flagship. But it is higher than Gormagala? Definitely not. Is it higher than Bloodbath? Definitely not. So it probably will be around here, I think. But I hate the Deviant. Like, the Deviant is so annoying. I had to record a video for it. Spoiler: the Hellblade is the next Deviant in the daily hunts. It will be coming here next week. But I hate it. I hate it so much. This is probably the worst matchup for a Bomber Prowler. But so it's not a bad fight. It's just I can't seem to fight it efficiently. So I won't put it too low. Like, probably around here. More like this. It's still a good fight. It's still a good fight. Glavenus is such a good monster, and Acidic Glavenus is even better, in my opinion, than regular Glavenus. So I'll put him right there. Perfect. Okay, next we have Astalos. Ooh, I really love Astalos. I think this is my favorite of the whole Faded 4. But it doesn't deserve S tier, even though I have a plushie of it. I think would be around here. And Bolt Reaver is fine, just a bit more annoying. Bolt Reaver, I'll probably put it like next to Grimclaw. I think they suits this. They are looking good together. Okay. Next we have Mizutsun, which is fine. Maybe a bit overrated. Probably the most overrated of the Faded 4, but it's still good. A lot better than Zinogre, for example. So I'll probably put it in B tier, like above Ceregios. I think it's the right place there. Soulseer is so much better though. Like the gimmick of the blind Mizutsun that can only see you if you get hit by a bubble. It's just so good, so incredibly good. I think right there between Lagiacrus and the Malfistio Deviant. This should be perfect. Apex Mizutsun though, like this is just Fire Mizutsun, because they tried to make Soulseer but not blind, and Monster Hunter dev and players have something for big dogs. Yeah, but the dev probably have something more for big lizards, considering how much of them there are. But yeah, just to come back to Apex Mizutsun, the fight is boring. Like you feel like it's really trying to be like Soulseer, but without any cool part. Just trying to be more edgy by being completely black, and I felt bad for it. So I'll say D tier, like next to Rathian, because it's not a bad fight, because it's basically Soulseer. It just adds nothing. But Violet Mizutsun though, this is gold. This is gold. Maybe I should even put it in S tier. I don't know. But like, I love the fight so much. It makes Mizutsun so much more dangerous. It makes, like especially with the big finale, like the ultimate attack where it creates a huge bubble that you can drop on him if you make it lose control over it, but otherwise it just makes like a super swing. It swings around and the bubble explodes behind him. It is just so cool. I love it so much. Hello, what are your rating criteria? Absolutely everything, like the design, the fight, mostly. Sometimes the armor, like the gear, the weapons and everything. But it's mostly the design and the fight. Yeah. Next we have Gammoth. So basically the big elephant, which is cool. I really want to see her back. Sadly, I think, just like for Dalamadur, she might be a bit too big for the environment. But it's definitely better than Mizutsun. I think it's better than Cleverness, actually. It's funnier, and the theme is also better. But if Astalos is my favorite, then Gammoth will be like right behind. And Elderfrost is basically the same. So yeah, Big Mom Elephant is good, but she is always forgotten. I don't think she's forgotten, she's just hard to include in a game, just like Lagiacrus. This isn't a monster that is easy to include because of how big it is. So the devs needs to put extra work if they want to include them in the games. Okay, next one is Nakarkos. This one is so cool. The octopus that makes you think it's an Hydra with multiple heads. It's so cool. I remember when Generation came out and they did such a great marketing over it, making everyone think that this was a two-headed dragon. The only complaint I have about this one is that it has way too much HP, and so it's very difficult to kill in solo. But other than that, the fact that you can use the skulls of other monsters is even a better idea than a monster inspired by a weapon. And for this, it will be in a very high rank, I think. Probably like right behind Cleverness. It seems right to me. Okay. Then we have Great Macau. This one is funny. This one's goofy. Like probably right there. It's a good fight. It's a good beginner's fight. Even though maybe a bit too difficult for newcomers. But like the theme is so silly. This monster makes me wonder why there's no more Hydra monsters. Probably because an Hydra wouldn't be too realistic, because usually monsters tend to be more realistic, at least semi-realistic, coherent within the own world, and having a monster with multiple heads doesn't seem like something I could believe in, for example. I wouldn't say, yeah, that could exist in our own world, for example. So I don't mind if we don't have more Hydra monsters. I don't think it would be it would make any sense in this game. Oh, Valstrax. Okay, this one is an S tier, instant S tier. Where probably there. The fight is incredible. This is actually one of the only flagship that I'm still struggling to fight efficiently. It still managed somehow to bully me completely. And obviously the theme of Valstrax is absolutely gorgeous. Definitely one of the best theme in the entire series. So S tier, no matter what. And Crimson Glow Valstrax is fine too, but it's just an excuse, like to stay coherent with the lore, and to also include a new monster in Rise instead of regular Valstrax. So I like him a little less, but it's still Valstrax, so it is still a good fight, and I will definitely put him in high A tier there. And the Reason version, though, this is probably the best version of Valstrax. Like every attack is absolutely gorgeous and fun to play against. So definitely the best Reason monster. Oh, and then we have a Talca. Oh, and we're finishing the 4th gen with this one. And Atalka is obviously another S tier monster. This fight is so cool. The fact that it starts as a bug that builds a mecha to fight you is such a great idea, and I hope one day they will manage to bring him back, even though that might be very difficult also, especially in an open world, but who knows. Monster Hunter normal monsters are all wyverns, because that makes more sense than dragons in biology. For that reason, elder dragons are gods, because dragons basically define nature and biology. I definitely agree with that. And I really like the fact that dragons are... like, the fact that the more normal dragon looking a monster is, the more dangerous it is. And how Fatalis is basically like just a regular dragon, the most dangerous thing on Earth. I just love this idea. Okay. We are almost done. We only have 5th gen and Frontier to make now. We are approaching the end, finally. Okay, and now we're starting with Magna Malo. I don't like the design. I don't like the color of the gas. I really don't like the fight against Malzeno. Against Magna Malo, sorry. I'll probably put it in D tier. Let's see. Probably there, and same for the variant. I'm sorry for everyone who loves the Magna Malo, but like I cannot stand its design, because for me it is too much. It would be okay in Frontier, but maybe not in the mainline. I'm sorry. What about Bishaten? I think it's fun. I think Bishaten is fun. This is a great monster that is very realistic, with like a small pocket on its belly, like a kangaroo. That can store fruits that it will throw at you. I think like strong B tier is fine. And the subspecies is also very good, with like all the pine cones. When I first fought Magna Malo, I was thinking, how are newcomers going to overcome this? Yeah, I was thinking the same. Then I remembered that it was in the demo, and that every armor was lacking defense, was also without any skill. And of course, Magna Malo was was much more difficult in the demo than in the actual game, because I struggled way more with Magna Malo than I did with Valstrax. I still think I'm struggling more with Valstrax than Magna Malo, but like the Magna Malo from the Monster Hunter Rise demo was so difficult for no reason. That was impressive. Okay, next we have Aknosom. This isn't a bad fight, just a very forgettable one. But it's still one of my favorite monsters from Rise. I'll probably put him in C tier. I think this is the right place for him. Tetranodon can be annoying sometimes. Like, the design-wise, this beast is absolutely perfect, like imitating the Kappa, the Yokai Kappa. But like, when you fight it, it gets the bigger belly. The tremor becomes very annoying. So I'll probably put it next to Aknosom, I think. Then we have Somnacant, which is pretty fun, actually. Like it's a mermaid-like creature. I think A tier, maybe? No. Yeah. Could put more monsters in B or C, I think. Probably around there. But like, the subspecies is so annoying, and this will go in F tier. And it's been a while since we added one. But like, yeah, here. The only reason the subspecies is so bad is because on top of every regular attack, it now has ice AoE, or even multiple ice AoEs, and which means that if you try to counter an attack, you will still get hit by the other. Yeah, usually you will get hit by the AoE. Which makes the fights very annoying, especially in Rise when the fights are very counter-centered. So yeah, if you don't, yeah, you can't really counter it because of the AoE, and you can't really dodge it because it moves so fast, and the AoE will catch you sooner or later. So I really hate it. Raknakadaki though. Once again, I love spider monsters, but I think it's a bit more annoying than Nursela. Rise monster, unfortunately forgettable in my opinion without Magnamallo, Malzeno, Lunager. I do not agree with that. There's also Gorsarag, which is definitely the best monster from Monster Hunter Rise. But for now, we are on Raknakadaki, which is, yeah, a bit less good than Nursela. Because, like, all the silk... I mean, like, when she doesn't have her silk, it's so difficult to make good damage on her, other than on her egg sac. So, because of that, it will probably go around here. And same for the subspecies, which is still very fun to fight. Okay, Almudron though, this is Mizutsune but worse. Like, it has nothing for him. I really hate Almudron. I don't understand people who like him. Like, what do you like about it? This will definitely be E tier. Something like that, maybe. There. And same for the subspecies. Okay, then we have Ibushi. Ibushi is a great fight. Maybe not in Rampage, but like when you fight it alone in the event quests, this is such a good monster. I really love it. I'll probably put it in B tier. I think, but like strong B tier. Probably there, like top B tier. Gorsarag, S tier. This is the greatest monster from Monster Hunter Rise, I mean. Will be there. Right there. Perfect. Such a great concept. Okay, Great Izuchi. Just a regular drone. Not the best, far from being the worst. Probably better like next to Baggy and Rugi, because it's not a bad fight. Just a very forgettable one. But it's fine. Narwhal. I don't really like Narwhal because of the electricity circles. They don't feel natural at all, or nor realistic, and that completely took me out of the immersion when I first fought it, and that felt really bad. I like the fight isn't horrible though. So probably something around here, and same for the whole mother. Even though like this fight is a bit better. Okay. Okay, that feels good that way, I think. Like, I don't know, like a scorpion, what? Have a child with a dog and snake. What the fuck? Okay, and... Wait, we haven't finished with the rice. Okay. Oh, okay, but this is Sunbreak. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Next one is Anjanus. Anjanus is a good fight. Like, not the best. This is a good wall for newcomers. I think could be around here, more like there. It's fine, because like the fight is okay. Maybe a bit annoying at times, but mostly fine. But the subspecies, though, probably one of the greatest monsters. Like definitely the best species from Iceborne. And Janus was a real challenge to me. It was a real challenge to a lot of people, actually. A lot of people struggled against him. And I can understand why. When you're not used to fight monsters, this can be a real challenge. Same happened to me with Barros back in 3U days. Like when you're not used to it, it can be quite scary and difficult. And once you get the hang of the game and you understand how it works, it becomes so much easier. Great Jagras. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Like the beast isn't that bad. Probably it was my first ever monster, which I struggled with because World was my very first ever monster hunter. Yeah, like a lot of people, and I'm glad you tried the older Monster Hunter games after World, because there's a lot you would have missed otherwise. Yeah, Great Jagras. It's not very forgettable, but like the fight isn't the greatest either. It's very basic. It's the first one, so I'll probably put him there or there. Yeah, he's fine here. Okay, Pookie Pookie. This one is fun. This one is goofy. I like it, but I don't really like the poison. I prefer the coral Pookie Pookie. So I'll probably put him there, which is still a good spot. But coral Pookie Pookie is definitely S tier for me. Great Jagras is good. He's a big lizard with dreads. Yeah, I was just thinking about like the biggest Jagras event quest, where it's just the giant lizard that can one-shot you if you're not careful. And so that's why I couldn't really forget about it, because of this single event quest. Oh, then we have Nergigante. What do I do with you? Let's see. Let's see. Nergigante is a good fight. Nergigante is definitely a good fight. It was my wall on World, back in World. I wouldn't say it's S tier, but it's definitely A tier. Like the concept of the beast is so cool. Probably like it more than Lagiacrus. Do I? No. I think here, like between Lagiacrus and Gormagala is fine. And Runa, Runa Negigante is a lot more forgettable, I feel like. Because you take like so long before reaching him in the game, because you have to reach master rank 100 before being able to fight Runa Negigante properly. I mean, other than in the story right before Sharishvalda. Like, it's forgettable. Probably... It's not a bad fight, though. Like, somehow they improved the Negigante fight, but because it's forgettable, I'll probably put him right there. Xeno'jiiva, okay, Xeno isn't that good of a fight, actually. It's slow, it's not very... There's not much to remember about Xeno'jiiva. There's a lot more to remember for Safi. But Xeno... Like, you can't even fight it anymore in Iceborne, and I can get why, for lore reason. But Xeno, like, it's just a baby, it's not that strong. It's not a bad fight, just for a very forgettable one. I think, like, lower D tier is fine. Safi, though. Do I put it in S tier or in A tier? Probably right there. Was so epic beating him, but on second thought, I think he isn't so epic as Velstrakos or Atalka. For Xeno, definitely not as epic. But for Safi, oh yeah, it is epic. This beast, just for his ultimate attack, with like just the music stop, everything stop, your heartbeats even stop, and you should just watch the Sapphire Star going down and then just exploding, making your whole screen going white for a few seconds, making you turning you blind, I would say. Yeah, no, Safi-Jiiva is such a cool fight. I don't know how much I would see him in another game other than World, but if it comes back, I definitely won't complain. Oh, and then we have Zora Magdaros. Okay, that's a lot more difficult. Because Zora Magdaros, like, personally, I enjoy the fight, but like only in the story when you aren't overpowered, so you don't get bored mid-fight by just having to wait for the beast to come to the end of the map. If only we could kill him instead of just repelling him. Safi's nuke is like beat drop from a song. Safi's ult is like Broly. Yeah, everything exploded. Yeah, Safi was just such an incredible fight. I think Zora, though, probably end up in D tier, maybe even E tier. Nah, yeah, probably top of E tier. No, maybe not. There, middle of E tier. It's not too bad, but it's far from being good. I like him, but everyone hates him. It's not that bad. Like I said, I really enjoyed the fight during the story, and every fight with Zora Magdaros was incredibly fun, and the Arc Tempered even offered quite a little challenge actually. But the regular version, not so much. Actually, not so much. So yeah, sorry. Let's see, what's next? Kuroyaku. Okay. Kuroyaku. I think it's a bit like Agnosum, like it's a very early bird, a bit goofy, but Kuroyaku is way more memorable because of the Final Fantasy XIV quest, where it just gets bigger and bigger. And just for that, it will probably go like right next to Pookie Pookie. Okay. I think fighting beanballs of a volcano isn't really fun, but it is 1000% better than Lao Shanlong. Yeah, definitely. Giratodos. Another good fight. Sadly, not a good fight. Definitely more enjoyable than Lavasios. But I don't know. Probably something like I need to think, and this is probably the right place for him, because the fight isn't good, like the fight is bad, but it isn't too annoying either, so it's okay. Tobi Kadachi, let's see. It's fine, it's okay. This isn't the fight of the year, but it's good. I think there and there for the subspecies. Because obviously, like, subspecies gets a new status, so it's getting worse. But yeah, otherwise, it's okay. Tobikadashi, yeah, it's fine. Oh, Paolumu, though. I really don't like Paolumu. I don't really understand where the fun is supposed to be on that beast. Like, you never really manage to hit the head, and so you don't really deal that much damage to it. Plus, it loves to fly and to make small tornadoes and everything. It's basically like a Kushala from Wish or Timu, depends. So probably something quite low. Like, yeah, probably around here. Same for the subspecies. Legenda, though, very good fights. This one will definitely be a B tier. I think right there. Shrieking is a bit more annoying because there's a lot more ice. The worst monster of the game, in my opinion. Well, with the hammer, the hammer is such a good matchup against Legiana, but I can understand why people don't like it. And for the subspecies or the variant, I mean, this one should probably be around here somewhere there. But yeah, it's only up there because I am a Hammer bro, and this is a good matchup for Hammer. Great Gyros, just annoying, like every drome. I'm getting tired. I think I'll finish the 5th gen, and I'll do Frontier on another stream. So maybe Wednesday, because that shouldn't take more than 1 or 2 hours. Please, for the love of Capcom, put Togeron in F. Why? Why? Why would I? This is such a good fight. The hitbox are so perfect. Like, why would you put it in F? sure, it's fast and it can inflict the bleed status, but that doesn't mean everything. Like, personally, I would even put it in S tier, actually. There is no monster I hate more than Odogaron. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I won't put it in S tier then, but I can't put it in F tier either. Like, I'll probably put it in B tier, I think. So everyone will be happy. Where though? Probably the strongest in B tier then. And same for the subspecies. I really love both of them. It ruined 12-year-old me playthrough, man. Oh, I understand. You ruined a friendship of mine. I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry for your loss. But just get good, man. Get good. The fight isn't actually that hard. And if you struggle too much, you still have the help from Devil Joe that can just chew him up. And you will be fine. Okay, next, Radoban. I stopped playing World because I didn't want to face Ebony. Well, to be fair, Ebony Odogaron, when I first fought it, I was with the hunting horn, and it was moving so fast that I was like, how am I supposed to hit this thing? And I took, I think, like half an hour to kill my first Ebony Odogaron, because yeah, at first it was just going too fast for me, and after like 2 or 3 fights, I managed to make him my bitch, so it was fine all over again. I used my friend as a Mitchell to beat this assignment. Good job. That's what friends are for. Radoban though, this is Uragan but worse. So probably E tier. Just right above Almudrons, I think. Balazak though, such a good monster. Probably the... I used bow because I couldn't beat him otherwise. Yeah. Valazak is such a cool monster. It has an annoying status that like divides your health by half, but like the design, the theme, everything's perfect about it. The subspecies is a bit more annoying. Like the subspecies, I don't really know. It's probably like, yeah, with Runa. I named my character after Radoban. Oh, I'm sorry for putting him this low then. But my name is almost always Ban. I see. But like, it is Uragan, but like, that throws shits absolutely everywhere. Like, you when it rolls over, you think you're safe, but actually you just get hit by a random bone, and it is so frustrating. So I'm sorry about this one, but I really don't like Radoban. Please forgive me. Dodogama. Dodogama... Easy S tier though. Of course he's the goodest boy, but does he deserve the S tier? Just for that? I think so. I just love him because it was my first armor set ever. Yeah, you're right. Radoban's armor is usually fine. I mostly appreciate it for my Palico because it has a slip weapon. But yeah, for the hunter, I like it a bit less. I'm sorry. Oh, Kulfdaroth, another ST monster. Let's see. Probably around here. Perfect. Such a good fight too. Very difficult at first, and I must say that in World it wasn't the funniest fight, but in Iceborne, when we were finally able to kill it, it was so much better. So much better. I felt like I was actually dealing damage to the beast at this point, instead of just breaking horns and letting it go. Okay, next one is Basil. Basil is so much fun. Basil is so much fun. I think... Is it better than Devil Joe? I think it is. And same for the subspecies. There. Okay. She's good but annoying. I fought Kolv once. I lost because I didn't deal enough damage. She's so huge. Yeah, well, Kolvstaros is definitely a fight you need to do in endgame. So if you got the game later, you probably don't know this, but like Kolvtaroth actually came in Master Rank between Furious Raging, Raging Brachydios, and Alatrian. And this was exactly the right time to do it, because you already had Safi'jiiva armor available, which were allowing you to deal a lot more damage. But without the Safi'jiiva armor, it's very difficult to do a Kolvtaroth in Master Rank. Tsitsiyaku. It's fine. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It's just there. And I think like it's a good C tier is fine. Like right here. I think it's cool. Okay, Behemoth. That fight was fun. That fight was so fun. Even though like the extreme Behemoth was so annoying to kill. Thankfully it wasn't mandatory. But like regular Behemoth was such a good fight. Sorry bro, I'll have to go. Nice list so far, see you hunters. See ya, I'll probably finish the tier list next Wednesday with all the frontier monsters. So you probably won't miss much this evening. See ya. So for Behemoth, probably put in C tier too, but like very high there, because it was so difficult. And now if you only have Monster Hunter World and you want to fight it alone with like world equipment, this is almost impossible. You have to be geared up with Iceborne equipment if you want to kill it solo. Which is a bit problematic, I think. Leshen. The Leshen, I think it was quite annoying. Like with all the different routes that was spreading all over around him. I really didn't like it that much. probably over there, and same for Ancient, even though Ancient is a bit better than regular Leshen. Okay, then we have Beotodus, which is actually one of the few good Piscine Wyverns in my opinion. Probably not A tier, probably not B tier, but like a strong C tier, I think. Like, Beotodus isn't annoying, it doesn't have bad hitboxes, so yeah, it's okay. Actually, it's okay. Next we have Bombaro, which is very fun monster, except for the tempered version, which becomes so annoying in the Guiding Lands, because it deals way too much damage. And just for that, it will lose some places, and probably will go like right above Uragan, I think. This would be nice. Volcana. Oh, this one is a good one. I think... let's see. This will be A tier, that's for sure. Resentment is a good armor skill, definitely. Let's see. Volcana... Probably put him there. It's good for people who get hit a lot, like me. Yeah, I get hit like a lot too. It's just that later I tend to know how to dodge and to heal safely, so I'm usually fine. Namiel, the second best monster ever made. The design is perfect, the fight is incredible, the music is cool. I just love him so much, and I wish I'll be able to see more of it later, hopefully in Wilds. But Namiel is just too good of a monster. If Brachydios didn't exist, Namiel would be first in my heart, that's for sure. Okay, and then we have Shara Ishvalda. Shara is fine, like the fight is okay, but the monster is so ugly. I really don't like the look of it. And I understand that it isn't made to be looking good. It's meant to be horrific, but... Sorry, I'm starting to yawn. I'm starting to get tired. I can't wait to end the tier list. That's why I love Adept style so much. You can stay close to the monster without taking too much damage. Yeah, that's true. That's why I love it so much too. And that's also why I really love the aerial style. Because if you time your jump good enough, you can dodge the attacks. Because you have some iframes at the beginning of the jump. So, like, I think the hunt I showed that the best wasn't the Zamtrios hunt with the aerial heavy bowgun, where I dodged like a 3 or 4 charge just by jumping on the monster at the right time, and I was so proud of it. This was really impressive. Okay, so now we only have a few monsters left. Only the Sunbreak monsters, and we will be done for today. And we will do every other frontier monster another time, probably Wednesday then. Because that should stay quite short to do, probably 1 or 2 hours, so it will be fine. Malzeno. This is a great monster. I love the design. I love the concept of having like a vampire dragon, but I don't like the fact that it can teleport, because I don't feel like it fits in the mainline series. So it will definitely lose some places for this, but because this is the only weak point of the beast, it will still be strong. Like probably the best C tier. Let's see. No, it deserves to be in B tier. Like, it is fun. Probably this one. Will I get a new headset? I'll try my best to get a new one as soon as possible. Because otherwise, because obviously, like, I cannot hear anything right now. So I don't really, I can't do much actually with it. But as long as the mic still works, and I hope it works well still, I'll try to keep it. But I'll probably have to buy a new headset sooner or later. That's for sure. God damn it. I already felt like the sound was getting lower in my headset, and I was hearing my computer sounds less good than before, but I didn't pay much attention about it, and like today it just gave up and died. So I really feel bad. I've been talking for now 3 hours without any other background, so I really feel bad. It feels really weird, and I'm checking from time to time if the music is still running in the background, and like so far it should be good. It should be fine. Okay. Primordial Malzeno. This one, like, it suffers from the same problem as regular Malzeno, because it can still teleport, but the design and the whole fight, where like it fights the Curios while fighting you, is actually really impressive, and I really love it. So it will definitely go higher. Like, probably around here, I think. I'm surprised you haven't gone insane yet. Yeah, I'm surprised too. Good thing I'm used to speak to myself a lot when I'm all by myself. So I'm used to speaking in the void, but usually I still have some music in my headset. So I can't wait for it to be over and just put some music in my apartment. Because like, yeah, this silence is getting a bit difficult to handle for me. It's fine. We only have like 5 monsters left. I can do it. I can do it. Lunagaron. It's fine. It's a good beast. Not the best, not the worst. It's fast. It's very fast. It makes me think of Odogaron a lot. I mean, they are in the Garon family in general, so I feel like ranking them next to each other isn't that incoherent. And then we have Garangol. I really love Garangol. I love the design. I love the beast in general. I love the fact that it somehow, the devs somehow managed to make a monster that can use fire and water at the same time, and make it coherent, make it believable, and just for that, it deserves a A tier, I think, probably above Nakarkos. Then we have Geismagorm. Geismagorm is a cool fight, but I feel like it's too much. It's becoming too much to the point it's not really believable anymore. Like, it is too much for the Monster Hunter universe. So, but because it's still a good fight, probably put him like right next to Malzeno. So they can still fight together. And then Espinas. Espinas must be S tier. It is the Rathalos of Frontier, and good thing, my friend, because it is an S tier. I absolutely love Espinas. Especially the one from Sunbreak. They did such a great job at making a monster that on paper has everything needed to be annoying. Like, it is a monster that has a super hard skin, that can throw fireballs, that can put you in fire, poison you, and paralyze you. And otherwise, everything it does is basically run towards you. So everything on paper is written to be a bad monster, but actually somehow they made it good. They made it fun, and I'm really impressed by it. This is really impressive. Brown Espinas though, it's fine, but like the Frontier version is so annoying because all it does is only like the one-shot fireballs, and it is so different from regular Espinas. The Sunbreak version is fine, but the Frontier version is trash, and I absolutely hate it. So this will probably... This will probably be like in C tier or something. I think... There would be a good spot. For some reason, enjoy Espinas in Frontier. Probably because you haven't tried the G rank yet, and especially not the Zenith version yet, which is so annoying. Absolutely awful. Also, be sure to save the tier list. Don't worry. Save or download. I'll save it. I need monster tier list. I'll save it. I'll also even download the image. Can I? Okay. Register. No. But wait. How am I supposed to export? Oh, download. Okay. Perfect. And now we have the full tier list. All we need is the Frontier monster, but we will do this next Wednesday. So with that, thank you so much for sticking by. This was really fun to do, and I really hope you enjoyed it as well. And I'll say to you, see you soon, and happy hunting. Bye!